You're rummaging through an old jar of coins in your attic, and there it is, a 1976 Lincoln penny with a small D mint mark below the date. Could this tiny, overlooked coin be your ticket to financial freedom? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll learn how a coin that's worth just 1 cent on the surface could be valued at hundreds of thousands, even up to $1 million in the right circumstances. The story begins in 1976, a year of celebration and renewal for America as the country marked its bicentennial. During this period, the Denver Mint produced millions of pennies, but as with any production process, not all coins were created equal. Certain 1976 D mint pennies slipped through with unique errors or variations that now make them extraordinarily valuable to collectors. So, why does this matter to you? Let me explain. First, let's break down what makes a coin valuable. Scarcity, condition, and demand are the holy trinity of numismatics, the fancy word for coin collecting. If your penny has a rare error, like a double die or a misaligned strike, its value skyrockets. Picture this: a single penny fetching enough to pay off your car, your mortgage, or even fund an early retirement. Exciting, right? But before you rush to the nearest pawn shop, there's a catch. Not every 1976 D penny is worth a fortune. In fact, most are worth only face value. It's the rare ones, the coins with unique traits that catch the eyes of serious collectors, that hold the real treasure. Now, here's where things get really interesting. One of the most sought-after features on a 1976 D penny is the elusive double die error. Imagine the details on the coin, the date, the lettering, or Lincoln's portrait, appearing slightly doubled, as though the design was stamped twice. This kind of error makes collectors drool, and they're willing to pay tens of thousands of dollars to add such a piece to their collections. Still not sure it's worth checking your coins? Let me hit you with this. In 2022, a pristine 1976 D penny with a rare minting error sold at auction for over $20,000. And here's the kicker: it wasn't even a one-of-a-kind. Coins like this are out there, hidden in plain sight. Maybe even in your pocket change. But what if you find one? How can you tell if it's the real deal? The first step is to examine your coin under good lighting. Look for any anomalies, especially around the date, mint mark, and edges. If you suspect you have a rare penny, consult a professional coin grader. These experts can authenticate and grade your coin, giving it the legitimacy needed to command top dollar in the marketplace. Now, here's a question to reset your focus: what if your penny isn't worth millions but a mere $10,000 or $5,000? Would you still want to cash in, or would you hold on to it, hoping its value appreciates further? It's a fun dilemma to think about, isn't it? So, where can you sell your treasure? Auctions, both in person and online, are great options. Platforms like Heritage Auctions or even eBay have seen rare pennies go for staggering sums. The key is to ensure your coin is properly appraised and marketed to the right audience. Remember, the more you know about your coin's history and unique features, the better equipped you are to negotiate a killer deal. And here's the cliffhanger you've been waiting for. Could the 1976 D penny sitting in your possession be among the rarest of the rare? Could it be worth not just thousands, but hundreds of thousands of dollars? There's only one way to find out: go check your coins, because who knows? That dusty jar in your attic might just hold the key to your dream lifestyle. Did you know there could be a tiny fortune hiding in your pocket change? Today, we're diving into the mystery of the 1979 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. Some of these coins have been valued at thousands, even $1 million. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny that could change your life forever. Stick around because, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to cash in on this rare treasure. You're cleaning out an old drawer, or maybe sorting through a jar of pennies, and you stumble across an ordinary-looking 1979 penny. But here's the twist: it's no ordinary penny. One subtle detail could mean the difference between 1 cent and $1 million. Intrigued? You should be. The 1979 Lincoln penny without a mint mark isn't just rare, it's a piece of history. Mint marks indicate where a coin was made. Most pennies from 1979 will have a tiny D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But the no-mint mark pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which didn't use a mark for general circulation coins that year. What makes some of these coins worth a fortune is their condition and rarity. Why does this matter to you? Because the next one to be sold at auction could very well be yours. Imagine holding on to something so valuable, yet so overlooked. Isn't it exciting to think what could be sitting in your change jar right now? Now, let's talk specifics. How do you know if your 1979 penny is the golden ticket? First, condition is everything. Coin experts, or numismatists, look for something called MS 65 or higher. That's mint state, 65, meaning the coin looks almost as perfect as the day it was struck. Scratches, dents, or wear can lower its value significantly. But here's the kicker, even pennies in less than perfect condition have been known to fetch surprising amounts. Second, you'll need to verify its authenticity. There are fakes out there, and experts can quickly spot them. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can certify your coin and give it a grade, adding immense value. Feeling overwhelmed? Don't worry, we'll guide you through the process. But before we move on, let me ask you this. When was the last time you actually looked at your pennies? Go ahead, check your pockets or your couch cushions after this video. You might thank me later. What if I told you there's one little known detail about these coins that most people overlook? It's a mistake that could cost you thousands. We'll uncover it in just a moment. Here's the detail you've been waiting for. The key to maximizing the value of your 1979 no-mint mark penny is understanding its demand. The coin market can be unpredictable, but rare items like these tend to grow in value over time. Experts suggest holding on to such coins for a few years if possible, especially if you're not in urgent need of cash. However, if you're ready to sell, now is the time to act. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions or online platforms like eBay can connect you with collectors willing to pay top dollar. And here's a quick tip, cleaning your coin could destroy its value. Many amateur collectors make this mistake, thinking they're polishing their treasure, but it can actually ruin the surface and devalue it. So, resist the urge to shine it up. Let's circle back for a moment. Why are these coins so valuable? It's a mix of rarity, history, and a bit of luck. The no-mint mark 1979 penny isn't just a coin, it's a symbol of how the smallest things in life can hold the greatest value. Imagine being the person who cashes in on one of these. What would you do with the money? A dream vacation, paying off debt, maybe even retiring early? The possibilities are endless. Now it's your turn. Grab that jar of change, inspect every penny, and who knows, you might just find the coin that changes your life. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could use a little inspiration today. And let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin. Your story might inspire someone else to start their journey. Suddenly, one penny catches your eye. It's a 1991 Lincoln penny, seemingly ordinary, but what if I told you this very coin could be worth over $1 million? Yes, you heard that right, a single penny, worth more than a luxury sports car or even your dream home. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to turn pocket change into life-changing wealth. Let's dive in, but first, how often do you really look at your pennies? By the way, if pennies could talk, what stories would they tell? Probably something like, "Stop hoarding me in jars and find out my worth." The 1991 no-mint mark Lincoln penny might look like any other penny, but its true value lies in its unique features. First, let's talk about what no-mint mark actually means. Most pennies are minted with a small letter, P, D, or S, indicating where they were produced. But a no-mint mark penny? That's a whole different story. It's a rare occurrence that makes collectors' hearts race. Here's the kicker, the absence of a mint mark on a 1991 penny doesn't just make it rare. It's an anomaly that could mean big bucks. Experts estimate that some of these pennies, depending on their condition and grading, can sell for tens of thousands, even up to $1 million. Let me ask you this: how much is your morning coffee worth compared to a penny like that? Now, before you start flipping over every penny in sight, let's talk about the key features that can separate a jackpot penny from the rest. This part is crucial. Miss this, and you might overlook a fortune right under your nose. Condition matters more than you think. Look for a coin that's free of major scratches or wear. A shiny, well-preserved penny can skyrocket in value. And here's a pro tip: get your coin graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Their seal of approval can turn your coin from just another collectible to a must-have treasure for high-end collectors. But what if your 1991 penny isn't in mint condition? Is it still worth anything? Hold that thought, we'll answer that in just a moment. By the way, wouldn't it be ironic if the penny you've been stepping on for years ends up being worth more than your car? Now that's a plot twist. Here's the moment of truth. Even if your 1991 penny isn't in perfect condition, it can still hold significant value. Pennies with unique errors, like double dies, off-center strikes, or even an unusual metallic composition, are highly sought after. So don't give up hope. Every detail counts, and some collectors are willing to pay handsomely for coins with character. Now, let's talk about action. If you think you found a valuable penny, the first step is research. Check recent auction prices and compare your coin's features to those of high-value examples. Then, connect with a reputable coin dealer or auction house. They can help you navigate the process and ensure you get the best possible price for your treasure. But here's the catch: how can you tell if the person evaluating your coin is legit? There's a critical mistake many people make, and we'll cover that in an upcoming video. Call to action: now it's your turn. Go grab that jar of pennies, and start hunting. Who knows, you might be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more tips on uncovering the hidden value in your old coins. And remember, the next penny you find could be the key to your dream lifestyle. Don't miss out. 1997 D Mint Mark Lincoln Penny. Did you know a single penny could change your life? Imagine finding one worth up to $1 million. Sounds unbelievable, right? Stick around, and I'll show you how this seemingly ordinary coin could hold extraordinary value. You're sifting through an old jar of pennies, maybe one you've ignored for years. You pull out a coin that looks just like any other. But this penny might be the key to paying off your mortgage, sending your kids to college, or even retiring early. Why? Because the 1997 D Lincoln penny has become one of the most sought-after coins among collectors and investors alike. But what's so special about it? Here's where things get exciting. Certain pennies from 1997 minted in Denver have defects or unique characteristics that make them worth far more than face value. And these traits can't be spotted by just anyone. It's almost like they're hiding in plain sight. But don't worry, by the end of this video you'll know exactly what to look for. Quick question: how many pennies do you think you've thrown away in your life? Hundreds? Thousands? You might want to start regretting that decision, or, better yet, stop throwing them away entirely. One of those pennies could have been a life changer. Now, on to Act 2. What makes this penny so valuable? The value of the 1997 D Lincoln penny hinges on several key factors. First, there are the mint errors. These are unintentional mistakes made during the coin's production, and they're pure gold, or, in this case, copper, to collectors. Some pennies might have double die errors, where parts of the design appear twice. Others could have misaligned strikes or rare planchet anomalies. Each of these flaws increases the coin's rarity, and rarity equals value, but it doesn't stop there. Even without errors, certain 1997 D pennies are graded so highly for their pristine condition that collectors are willing to shell out top dollar for them. A penny in mint state, a grade given by professionals, can fetch thousands of dollars. Imagine turning a penny into enough money to buy a car, or even a house. Here's a fun fact to keep you on your toes. Did you know that one of the highest-selling Lincoln pennies sold for over $1.7 million? While it wasn't a 1997 D, it shows how valuable these tiny coins can become. So, who's checking their piggy bank right now? What's the one thing a penny and a bad date have in common? They're both often ignored, until they're worth something. Let's make sure you never ignore a penny again. How to spot a valuable 1997 D penny and why you need to act now. Start by examining your pennies under a magnifying glass. Look for the D mint mark, which is located right below the year. Next, check for any unusual features, like doubling on the letters or numbers, cracks, or chips in the design. If the penny looks flawless, you could have a high-grade coin on your hands, but here's the cliffhanger. You can't just rely on your eyes. You'll need to get your coin authenticated and graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. These experts will determine if your penny is a true treasure. And trust me, this step can mean the difference between a penny worth $1 and one worth $1 million. Still wondering if you should bother looking for one? Here's why you need to act fast. The demand for rare coins is skyrocketing. Collectors are hunting for these valuable pennies, and the market is only getting more competitive. Every day you wait could be a missed opportunity. Before we wrap up, let's recap. The 1997 D Lincoln penny, with its mint errors, high-grade potential, and sheer rarity, could be your golden ticket. Imagine pulling one out of your old coin jar and realizing you're holding a piece of history, a piece of wealth, a piece of your future. Do you have a 2006 Lincoln penny sitting around in your coin jar? What if I told you that penny could be worth millions of dollars? You might think, that's crazy. Pennies are just pennies, but trust me, you're about to uncover a rare treasure that's hiding right under your nose. In the next few minutes, you'll learn how this 2006 Lincoln penny could be your ticket to financial freedom. Stay with me, because you don't want to miss the shocking truth about its value and how you can cash in on it right now. The 2006 Lincoln penny is one of those unsung heroes in the coin world. To the average person, it's just another penny, right? You toss it into a jar, forget about it, and think nothing of it. But for coin collectors and investors, it's far from ordinary. In 2006, the US Mint made a mistake, a very rare mistake. You see, some of the pennies from that year were struck without a mint mark. Normally, every penny has a tiny letter that tells you where it was made, Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But in 2006, a few escaped the mint without this crucial identifier, making them incredibly rare. These no mint mark 2006 pennies could be worth up to $1 million. That's right, $1 million. Now, I know what you're thinking, no way, that can't be true. But stick with me, because I'm about to show you exactly how you can tell if you have one of these hidden gems. Now, let's dig a little deeper. Not every 2006 penny is valuable. So how do you know if your penny is one of the rare ones? You need to inspect it carefully. Start by looking at the obverse side, the side with Abraham Lincoln's face. Look for the absence of a mint mark just below the date. I know what you're probably thinking right now. How do I even know what a mint mark is? Don't worry. Let's pause here and clear this up. A mint mark is a tiny letter stamped right below the year on the penny. If you don't see one, that's when you might have a jackpot on your hands. Now, here's the thing. These no mint mark 2006 pennies are incredibly rare, but not all of them are worth a fortune. So, how can you tell if yours is worth something? The key is the condition of the coin. The better the condition, the higher the value. Is your penny shiny and crisp, or is it worn down by years of being tossed around in your change jar? Coins in great condition, called uncirculated or MS-65 grade, can command a premium, but there's something even more important that could make your penny worth millions. Are you ready for this? What if I told you there's a specific error in these pennies that could make yours worth up to $1 million? Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, hang tight, because in just a moment, I'm going to tell you about this game-changing error and how you can check for it. I'm about to reveal the big secret. Are you sitting down? You might want to, because this could change everything for you. The true million-dollar value comes from a specific type of error, a double die error. This happens when the penny is struck twice by the die, resulting in a clear, visible doubling of the design. It's extremely rare and makes the penny incredibly valuable. To identify a double die error, closely inspect the date in Lincoln's eyes or his beard. If you see any doubling, you could be holding something worth thousands, or even millions, of dollars. Now, I know what you're thinking: how the heck do I even get started selling these? Here's where the excitement builds. You have a choice. You can take your coin to a reputable coin dealer or auction house, but here's a warning: you'll want to make sure you're working with someone who knows what they're doing. There are scams out there, and the last thing you want is to let this golden opportunity slip through your fingers. Okay, I know, I might sound like I'm giving you a cointastic sales pitch. But trust me, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm here to show you how to make money from your coins, lots of money. Seriously, even my dog knows the value of rare pennies now. Pause for a light chuckle, but back to the point: this is your chance to cash in on a rare opportunity. And here's a big pro tip: don't wait. Coins like these tend to increase in value over time. The longer you wait, the higher the risk that someone else might snatch up that million-dollar penny from under your nose. So, don't just sit there with your old pennies, take action now. Go through your collection, check for that mint mark, or lack thereof, and look for those double die errors. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. If you think you might have a winner, take it to a professional for an evaluation. And remember, being proactive is the key to turning these rare pennies into the wealth you've always dreamed of. You have the chance to change your financial future with something as simple as a penny. It may seem small now, but in the world of rare coins, that penny could lead to big things. If you're ready to learn more about how to find hidden treasures in your change, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Together, we'll turn your collection into a goldmine. Remember, wealth is not just about what you make, it's about what you find. And sometimes, the best treasures are hidden in plain sight. Keep searching, stay motivated, and until next time, happy hunting, coin collectors. Imagine holding a small, weathered penny in your hand, something you'd normally toss into a jar or leave on the sidewalk. Now, imagine that very coin could be worth hundreds of thousands, or even over $1 million. Yes, you heard that right, one single penny. Could it be in your collection? Stick around, because today we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1952 Lincoln penny, a coin that has collectors and investors buzzing. Why is this humble coin so sought after? To answer that, we need to go back to 1952, a year marked by post-war optimism and a booming American economy. In San Francisco, the U.S. Mint produced the Mint mark Lincoln pennies, a relatively small production run compared to other mint locations. These coins were made primarily for circulation, never intended to be rare. But as time passed, a combination of wear, loss, and specific minting errors transformed some of these pennies into collector's gold. Quite literally. Now, before we get deeper, let me ask you this: when was the last time you actually looked closely at your pocket change? Maybe it's time to start. Keep watching, because we'll be covering exactly what to look for, and how one small detail could make the difference between a penny worth a cent and a penny worth a fortune. Let's talk rarity. When it comes to coins, rarity and condition drive value. The 1952 Lincoln penny is already scarce, but what truly sets it apart are errors. Die cracks, double strikes, and off-center prints are the holy grails here. For example, a 1952 penny with a double die obverse can fetch tens of thousands at auction. And here's a shocking fact: one pristine specimen was recently appraised at over $1 million. Yes, $1 million, for a penny. Crazy, right? It's almost like winning the lottery, but the ticket has been sitting in your pocket all along. Let me interrupt with a fun question: if you did find $1 million penny, what's the first thing you'd buy? A dream vacation? A new house? Or would you just order pizza and call it a day? Leave your answers in the comments. I'm curious to know how people would spend their newfound fortune. Alright, back to business. So how can you identify if your 1952's Lincoln penny is valuable? First, look at the mint mark. It should have a small s below the year. Then, examine the coin for any visible errors. A magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe is your best friend here. Lastly, pay attention to the coin's condition. Coins in mint state, meaning they've never been circulated, are worth exponentially more than worn coins. If you think you've struck gold, have your coin professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC. This small step can make a massive difference in its final valuation. Now, here's the kicker: many people unknowingly give away rare pennies. They sit in jars, get spent on candy, or worse, tossed into Coinstar machines. It's tragic, but it doesn't have to be your story. Imagine the regret of finding out you once held a six-figure coin but didn't take the time to check. Fearful yet? Good. That's the urgency that should drive you to inspect your collection tonight. Here's another twist: not all valuable 1952's pennies are old family heirlooms. Some have been discovered in the most unexpected places. Garage sales, flea markets, even thrift stores. That's right, a coin that could change your life might be lurking where you least expect it. Next time you're out hunting for bargains, keep an eye out for coin jars or old books hiding these treasures. We're almost at the end, but here's the moment you've been waiting for. What makes these coins hit the $1 million mark? It's a combination of rarity, demand, and that elusive error or perfect condition. A recent auction featured a 1952's penny with a rare minting error and impeccable luster, fetching $1.1 million after intense bidding. Picture that, a tiny penny commanding a seven-figure sum. What's next for you? Tonight, take a moment to sift through your change jars, old drawers, or inherited coin collections. You might just discover the key to financial freedom sitting right under your nose. And if you're serious about cashing in, subscribe to this channel for more tips and insights on finding valuable coins. Don't wait, because coins like these aren't just rare, they're life-changing. Copper coin you might dismiss as pocket change could actually be a life-changing treasure. But here's the kicker: not every 1964 Lincoln penny is worth a fortune. So, how do you know if you have the one that could make you rich beyond your wildest dreams? Stick around, because today, we're diving deep into the secrets of the 1964 no-mint mark Lincoln penny and its incredible market value. The 1964 Lincoln penny is one of the most common pennies out there. Over 2 billion were minted that year. But not all of them are created equal. Some have specific characteristics that make collectors and investors willing to pay exorbitant amounts of money. Before we dive into those details, take a moment and think. When was the last time you checked your spare change? Now, here's the deal. Many people have these valuable pennies and don't even realize it. They end up tossing them in jars or spending them at convenience stores. It's like throwing away a lottery ticket. But don't worry, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. Here's where it gets interesting. The most valuable 1964 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies are those in pristine, uncirculated condition. They're often referred to as MS-65 or higher by grading experts. These coins are rare because they've survived decades without any damage, scratches, or wear. But there's more. Certain errors make these pennies even more sought after. Double die obverse, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks can skyrocket the value. Imagine this: a penny with a minor minting error selling for thousands, even millions, because it's one of a kind. If you're thinking, how do I even spot these errors? Don't worry, I've got you covered. Quick question: have you ever wondered if you've accidentally spent a fortune at a vending machine? Crazy, right? So, how do you determine if your 1964 penny is worth big bucks? First, grab a magnifying glass and inspect the coin closely. Look for any doubling on the letters or numbers, especially on Liberty or the date. Check the edges for off-center strikes or other unusual details. Next, consider the condition. If your penny looks like it just came out of the mint, it's time to get it graded by a professional coin grading service. This step is crucial because collectors trust these certifications when paying top dollar. But wait, what's the current market value for these coins? In today's market, a standard 1964 penny might fetch a few cents to $1. But rare, uncirculated, or error pennies, they've been known to sell for tens of thousands at auctions. And here's the jaw-dropper, some exceptional coins have crossed the $1 million mark. Imagine the life you could live with just one of these pennies in your pocket. Think about it. That dream vacation, paying off your debts, securing your retirement, all because of one penny. Are you willing to let this opportunity pass you by, now that you know the incredible potential of the 1964 no-mint mark Lincoln penny? It's time to take action. Check your collection, search your change, and don't overlook what could be your golden ticket. If you found something promising, consult an expert and get it graded. Remember, opportunities like this don't come often. Final pattern interrupt. So, what are you waiting for? Stop watching cat videos and start checking those coins. Your future millionaire self will thank you. Are you sitting on a fortune and don't even know it? Imagine this: a humble penny, forgotten in a drawer or jar, could hold the power to transform your life. Stay with me for the next 10 minutes, and you'll discover the secrets of the 1968 mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin so rare and valuable, it's worth up to $1 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1 million for a penny. But here's the catch: not every 1968 penny is a golden ticket. So, how do you separate the treasure from the ordinary? Don't skip ahead, because every detail in this video could make the difference between pocket change and life-changing wealth. Let's start with a quick history lesson. In 1968, the United States Mint released millions of Lincoln pennies, including those minted in San Francisco, marked by the iconic S under the date. While most of these coins are ordinary, a few exceptional ones stand out for their rarity and extraordinary value. These aren't just collector's items, they're financial game changers. Here's where things get exciting. The value of these coins skyrockets under specific conditions. For instance, one of the rarest and most valuable 1968 pennies is the double die obverse variety. This error occurs when the coin's design is struck twice, creating a distinctive doubling effect. Can you imagine stumbling upon one of these in your coin jar? It's not just a penny, it's a potential jackpot. Now, let's talk about grading. Coin collectors and investors use the Sheldon coin grading scale, a 70-point system, to determine a coin's condition. A 1968 penny in mint state, we're talking flawless shine and no visible wear, can fetch jaw-dropping prices at auctions. But even if your coin isn't perfect, it could still be worth thousands. Have you checked your change lately? Alright, let's pause for a moment. Quick question: when was the last time you actually looked at a penny? Not just spent it or tossed it into a jar, but really looked at it. Crazy, right? How many of us overlook something that could be worth a fortune? Okay, back to it. Let's talk about what makes a 1968 penny so unique. Beyond the doubling errors, collectors are on the hunt for coins with unusual features like misaligned dies, clipped edges, or even unique toning caused by natural oxidation. Think of these quirks as the fingerprints of a rare coin, the very details that make them stand out in the numismatic world. Before we move to the next section, here's a little cliffhanger for you. What if I told you there's a simple test you can do at home to identify whether your 1968 penny could be worth a fortune? We'll get to that in a minute, but first, let's address the elephant in the room. Why are these coins worth so much? The answer lies in a mix of rarity, demand, and historical significance. Collectors and investors are always on the hunt for coins that tell a story. And what better story than a penny minted over 50 years ago, embodying a piece of American history, and potentially being one of the few surviving error coins? Now, here's that test I promised. Take a magnifying glass and examine your 1968's penny closely. Look for doubling on the letters or numbers, check the condition, and note any unusual features. If you think you found something special, consult a professional coin grader or a reputable coin dealer. And don't delay, the value of these coins can increase over time, but so can the competition to find them. By now, you're probably wondering, what should I do if I have one? The answer is simple. Document your coin with clear photos, research its value, and reach out to experts. You might even consider putting it up for auction. Imagine the thrill of watching bidders fight for a coin you once thought was worthless. Let me leave you with this. Every penny tells a story, but some tell a story worth millions. The next time you hold a coin, remember, it might be the key to a life you've always dreamed of. So, what are you waiting for? Go check your change, dig through that coin jar, and who knows? You might just strike gold, or, in this case, copper. 1978 Lincoln penny without a mint mark could be the key to transforming your financial future. Stick around, because this isn't just a story about rare coins, it's about how a small piece of copper could change your life forever. Now, before you dismiss this as just another tall tale, let me share a quick fact. There are people out there, just like you, who've turned a simple coin into a fortune. But here's the catch, not all 1978 pennies are created equal. Some are worth just a cent, while others, well, they're worth a fortune. What makes the difference? That's exactly what we're diving into today. So grab your coin jar and prepare to be amazed, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for to uncover your own hidden treasure. In 1978, millions of Lincoln pennies were minted, but some stood out from the rest. A penny without a mint mark might seem ordinary, but for collectors, it's like finding a diamond in the rough. No mint mark means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, but here's the twist. Some of these pennies were minted with unique errors or variations that skyrocketed their value. Take a moment and think about this. How many times have you handled pennies without giving them a second thought? The next time you come across a 1978 penny, it could be worth more than your monthly mortgage. Crazy, right? But here's the deal, the clock is ticking. The longer these rare pennies sit undiscovered, the more their value increases, and the harder they are to find. So, what exactly should you look for? Hold that thought, because we're about to get into the juicy details. Let's get to the heart of the matter. What's the secret sauce that makes some 1978 no-mint mark pennies worth a jaw-dropping amount? First, it's all about condition. Collectors and investors are willing to pay top dollar for pennies that are in pristine condition, what experts call mint state. But condition isn't the only factor. Some 1978 pennies have rare errors, like double dies, off-center strikes, or other minting mistakes. Imagine a coin where the letters or numbers look slightly doubled. These are highly coveted by numismatists. And let's not forget about unique patinas or luster, which can make a penny stand out even more. Here's a quick tip, if you find a 1978 penny, look closely at the details under good lighting. Do you see any oddities? Hold on to that thought, because in just a moment, I'll share how you can get your coin professionally evaluated. But first, let's talk numbers, and here's where it gets exciting. While most 1978 pennies might only fetch a few bucks, rare specimens in flawless condition have sold for thousands, and some are rumored to be worth up to $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. Imagine holding a tiny piece of metal worth more than your car, or even your house. Exciting? Absolutely. But wait, there's more. So, you've got a 1978 penny, and you're wondering if it's the one. Here's what you need to do. First, protect the coin. Avoid cleaning it. Cleaning can actually decrease its value. Store it safely to prevent scratches or damage. Next, get it evaluated. Reach out to a professional coin grading service, like PCGS or NGC. These experts will assess your penny's condition and authenticity, giving you a clearer picture of its value. It might cost a small fee, but think of it as an investment. After all, what's a few dollars compared to the potential of striking it rich? And here's the kicker, the market for rare coins is booming right now. With inflation and economic uncertainty, collectors are investing heavily in tangible assets like rare coins. This means your 1978 penny could be more valuable today than ever before. But don't wait too long, opportunities like this don't last forever. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with this thought: the next time you pick up a penny, don't just see it as loose change. See it as a potential gateway to a new chapter in your life. A chapter of financial freedom, excitement, and yes, maybe even wealth beyond your wildest dreams. So, what are you waiting for? Check your change, search your drawers, and dig through your piggy banks. That 1978 no-mint mark penny might just be waiting for you to discover it. And when you do, don't forget to share your story, because who knows? You might just inspire the next person to uncover their own hidden treasure. Now, here's my final question for you. If a single penny could change your life, what else in your everyday world are you overlooking? Think about it, and I'll see you in the next video. That's right, a single coin, hiding in plain sight, could transform your financial future. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to turn a penny into a fortune. Have you ever held a coin and wondered, what's its story? Maybe not, but here's why you should. In 2016, the Denver Mint produced billions of Lincoln pennies. Most were ordinary, but a select few, and we're talking about an incredibly rare few, have quirks that make them extraordinarily valuable. These quirks, or mint errors, could be your golden ticket. Let's set the stage. Picture a manufacturing error at the mint. A misaligned die, a double strike, or a small defect, and suddenly, a penny's value skyrockets from 1 cent to potentially hundreds of thousands, or even $1 million. These errors turn a common coin into a collector's dream, but here's the kicker: these coins don't come with a flashing neon sign saying, "I'm worth a fortune." They blend in with every other penny in circulation. Could one of these rare treasures be sitting in your change jar right now? Imagine the excitement of finding out. But don't just run to check, not yet. You need to know what to look for first. So, what makes a 2016 D penny special? First, let's talk about mint marks. The D stands for Denver, where the coin was minted. Now, the key to spotting a rare one lies in the details. Start by examining the coin under a good light. Look for signs of doubling, letters or numbers that appear slightly duplicated. This is called a double die error, and collectors go wild for these. Another thing to watch for: die cracks, which look like tiny raised lines on the coin's surface. These errors happen when the dies used to strike the coins develop cracks or breaks. And here's a tip: flip the penny over. Sometimes, the reverse side hides subtle but valuable mistakes, like an off-center strike. But wait, what if you don't find these traits on your first coin? Don't get discouraged. Remember, hunting for rare coins is like mining for gold. Persistence pays off. In fact, let me share a quick story to inspire you. A man from Tennessee once found a rare penny in his pocket change and sold it for over $20,000 at auction. That's a life-changing amount for a coin most people wouldn't think twice about. Now, let's talk money. You might be wondering, how does a penny fetch $1 million? It all comes down to demand. Rare coins are a cornerstone of the numismatic world, and collectors will pay handsomely for the right piece. For example, one rare penny's value skyrocketed when it became the final piece a collector needed to complete their set. If you find a promising 2016 D penny, the first step is to verify its authenticity. Reach out to a professional coin grader or appraiser. Organizations like PCGS or NGC can certify your coin's value, giving buyers confidence. Once you've got the green light, it's time to sell. Auctions, online platforms like eBay, or specialized coin dealers can help you fetch the highest price, but here's where urgency comes in. Rare coins increase in value over time, but trends and collector interest can shift. If you find one, don't let it sit idle. Act quickly to secure the best possible deal. Now, a quick side note to reset your attention. Have you ever thought about how many pennies we toss into jars, lose in couch cushions, or even sweep under furniture? Maybe it's time to give your house a thorough sweep. Who knows, you could be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. Before you rush off to check your pennies, here's a final thought. The world of coin collecting is vast, and treasures aren't limited to just the 2016 D penny. What if there are even more valuable coins hidden in your collection? In our next video, we'll explore the most sought-after Lincoln pennies of all time. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. So, grab that coin jar, and start your treasure hunt. Who knows? The next great discovery might just be in your hands. Thanks for watching, and remember, every penny truly counts, especially the rare ones.